Alright, so I'm back at my cavern fort here again. So when I last left off, I said I wasn't going to record any more videos for this fortress except for a siege, but I changed my mind on that because I haven't been able to find any new places to embark yet that interested me. So I just kept playing this one. We had a pretty massive siege since the last video. It's been a year or so. I've expanded my bedrooms quite a lot. I added this wing over here, two sides. So now my entire population has a bedroom. In our last siege, I noticed a pretty big problem here with the way my ammo was set up. So the problem was that when my mark stores would run out of ammo, of course they go reload, right? But I had the ammo over here, and my citizens would run out here to reload the barracks that I store the Marksdorf ammo at, get startled by the enemies, and then just drop it all over the place right here. And as a result, my Marksdorfs kind of ran out of ammo during the siege, and my melee squads did a lot of the work because it was a pretty big siege. And this almost used up. I have a recording of that, but I may or may not post it because I'm hoping to get another siege later on that might be better. My population is getting pretty high, so I thought, and these are all from bursts, so I thought there's a pretty good chance we could become a capital even though I'm capped at 100. So I was debating on building some rooms for my monarch, and I'm gonna put them right here. So that's why I decided to record another video. Just build some bedrooms here, show you how we're going to do that. The other thing I was having a problem with before was this hospital zone because of an injured child that wasn't getting healed properly. And I realized I could fix that with DF hack. So that child is now healthy and my hospital is fixed. So lucky them. And if we do get bigger, I got a lot more space here. I can make a whole nother row of bedrooms. We can almost get up to like 200 population worth for bedrooms there. Some other changes since the last video. My lake is filled up. As you can see, I think it's pretty cool. My floodgate isn't working though. It worked at first. I think maybe the mechanism jammed or something. I know there's some kind of feature where that can happen. Since the water's pouring out the other side, I'm actually making a second lake on the south side of the fort. And just to make sure it didn't fill up the entire cavern, I created a little drain channel here for it, and it should just drain off the map there. Everything else is still about the same as ever. I got a few more forgotten beasts. I did get one with deadly blood. I didn't have any problems from it, so I guess my cleaning systems were successful. Here's some of its blood right there. So anyways, for now we're going to work on this little set of rooms here to get over there. We'll just go up here in the Duchess's bedrooms, and I'm going to make a little extension right here. So we'll remove those. And I'm going to come down here. And make like a little support. You don't need to do that in Dwarf Fortress. It just makes me feel better to do that. So that it doesn't look like I just have a bunch of floors floating in a space. I accidentally overproduced bolts, so we're definitely not going to run out in our next siege. I have almost 4,000. And the wildlife has not stopped attacking. I had to expel one of my Mark's dwarves because they'd gotten haggard and started throwing tantrums, which is very unfortunate. But it is what it is. I think we'll change this part too. Oh, no access for that one. Don't actually need to make these two yet. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do there is just put a couple of walls that extend out underneath of it to kind of act as supports. And if I don't get the monarch in like a year or so, I'll just turn up my population cap. Oops. Too far. There we go. In fact, okay, that's probably safe. Oh, it's grass anyways. Peat, that is. Alright, so just gonna go up, but not schist. We'll go with orthoclase. I think I'll actually do walls like this. Just so my monarch feels a little more secure when they're walking to their bedroom. Maybe I'll make it on just the backside. So I got a bunch more iron from the last goblin invasion. So we'll do that. Oops. Alright, so these little extensions are supports for my walkway. For when my eventual monarch arrives. The other thing I decided to do was create another melee squad. My squad had to put in quite a bit of work on the last siege. I think it's a good idea to have more than one. Got a Forgotten Beast killing Crundles. Another child claimed a craft dwarf shop. A giant cave toad's probably getting killed by a jabberer. Yep. Now I'm going to do bars all the way around on this level. No. Let's do... this. Well, whatever, it looks fine. I widened this spot a little bit so my dwarves could walk through here a little easier. So I'm going to do the same as I did on these rooms. Make gym windows. So the last two Forgotten Beasts I fought had shells. So I don't really think there's a way to fail a mood right now. I think I have everything I could possibly need for them. And I just messed up right here. Sucks. Okay, we're gonna go like this. And then like that. There we go. Started a construction. Right here is something you can do with Suspend Manager if you're using DFHack. Just let some dwarf work on that for a while. I had some other medals from my goblin invaders. So, see how much silver I have. Don't have much steel. I started another round of steel to make swords. Wait, that should all be right here. Okay, I have 49 bars. That's definitely not enough, so I guess we'll keep using iron. think I will maybe take this bit here off. I think I'll take this bit off too. I also had a pretty large elf attack in the last year. That's why my mood's tanked again. Oops, hold on. Here he is. So the one I expelled turned haggard and started tantruming. These two are still fine, I think. Yeah. Another thing I did since then was I took most of them off of training because they're already legendary and they were just causing a lot of hauling over here. So now they get 2 months off and 1 month on patrol. A dog bone pick. I've never seen one of those before. That's pretty interesting. Oh, we got some schist up here at the top. Iron. Got too much wood. So the biggest downside for requesting wood is a variety here. It makes it so you can't really use a single type for bins. I could maybe switch my bin worker to copper. Bars, here we go. So we got almost 300 copper bars. But I think it's too late for that. I already got quite a variety in bins. It just makes trading harder because you have to look through different kinds of bins. I think we're going to use a round of iron here too. Oops, wait a minute. Okay, that looks alright. Alright. That's going to be a room for my monarch. That'll support the stairway for him so he doesn't collapse when he's walking out there one of those days. That would be a pity. So over here, I made the second The second one lower than the first one, and a little shorter. So I think it looks pretty cool like that. Forgotten Beast is killing a Rotherer. So these floors, this is from a mod. It's called Metal Plate Flooring. I recommend it. They look nice. So let's see what we got. We have a lot of Morions. Spinels. Okay, we're going to use purple spinels. I don't know what my Monarch likes, but we use a different kind on each level. Now, Forgotten Beast is killing a troll. My soap production still works. Let's see how those weapon work orders are going. Haven't even started swords. Should probably start though. Not sure. These ones are done. I guess I don't really need to add beds and stuff in here yet. Can have our engraver do the walls. So the one thing about the metal plate flooring mod is it doesn't support engravings. So if you engrave it, it'll just go back to the way it used to look. Bit of a disappointment, but I still like the mod. We're going to engrave those ones like that. I guess I can put the beds here. Well, actually, I think I'll make this the throne room. Maybe put the beds on the top. So, moving up. So, one of the original commenters when I started this series asked me what I thought about FPS on a 5x5, and as you can see, we're probably getting pretty close to 10 years in, almost 130 population, and running at a steady 50 FPS. So not bad. I've had worse for sure. If I had more pets, it probably would be worse, but I've purposely just kept it to sheep and dogs, and I'm using Auto Butcher for this fort. So these kids are all playing in a pile right here. They must be wrestling around or something. No idea what my miners are doing. a long time ago, or one of my earlier videos, I took out the nest boxes here and then forgot to replace them, but I only got one turkey left, maybe a hen or two running around, so not too worried about it. I could maybe put a couple down here. I think they would claim them. I swear I've made nest boxes multiple times. I don't know what keeps happening to them. I'm not gonna do it again. These hens and peacocks can just do whatever. Alright, so create a squad. Swordmasters. Probably gonna use one of these to start the squad. That's all these guys here. It's supposed to be 10 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's strange. Maybe I messed up and only ever made that squad 9. Well, it's supposed to be 10. Jurist will be the new leader. Should have swords. There's a miner with golden quills. All children that grow up without a skill join the military. We'll let my cook not join because they make quality meals for my dwarves to eat. Probably got plenty of siege operators. Don't really need brewers. I got 4,000 alcohol, which is way too much. I'm gonna have to start selling it. Siege operator. Siege operator. Stonecrafter. I guess we'll let one stonecrafter stay out of the military. Oh, that guy's in another. Okay, well, it's going to end up being slim picking pretty soon because most of my population is children. These guys only be siege operator and siege operator, so we'll have them start training once my swords get done. They should have access to this. No job. Strange. Is the burrow on? No. Oh, shoot. The stairs aren't complete. Someone dropped their exceptional steel short sword. I must have updated them at some point, or their gear. I think DF Hack will lock those. 1, 2, oh no, what happened was that it was this militia commanders. So let's just set them to ready. He'll pick his sword back up. Hopefully. Not sure if this will work, but we'll try. Well, they all found weapons. I think I already had 5 steel swords. Oh, maybe the weaponsmiths already pounded those out. So, backpacks and flasks. I'll just set them to constant training for now. Leather backpack. Iron flask. So, a little tip. If your flasks are fire safe, dwarves can use the alcohol in them to put out fires when they're burning. It's not guaranteed to keep them alive, and it's kind of weird that the alcohol they use doesn't, make the fire worse, but make your flasks out of iron if you can. Alright, let's fix the bottom stairs here so they actually have access. In hindsight, I wish I'd used schist flooring under these bars, but I don't feel like changing them. Oh, here's one more. Alright, actually, let's see. Let's actually go all the way out to there. Get these two. Alright. Should be able to remove this spot. And we're saving. So I was looking at this tree that I let grow since we embarked here. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. Which is pretty cool. Alright, walls. There we go. I got backpacks. For some reason this guy decided he wanted a different pair of gauntlets. It's not moving very fast. Hopefully they'll get faster with training. I think we'll go ahead and cut that. And some windows. See, what do we do on that one? Purple. So I never sell my gems. We just use them like this. Wonder what's worth more, spindles or fire opals? So we'll use fire opals. Well, that doesn't look very... Whatever, it's fine. Maybe I can actually do this. And there we have it. Nice set of rooms for my monarch if they ever decide to show up. Which I suppose we could just force it a little bit. Do this. Because you never know how long it's going to be based on bursts. I've only played maybe 2 forts where I got enough bursts to go from 100 to 140 or so from just bursts. This one's had surprisingly a lot considering how dangerous this place is. The agitated wildlife. I suppose it hasn't really been that dangerous. We've had maybe 8 to 10 deaths. Speaking of, the elves are back. Well, I suppose these guys will all go on patrol. And we gotta update the burrow again. I think I got all these. We're missing this one. Got the reload corridor. So the other thing I did over here was I set a pathing priority here. I think I'm going to shorten it just a hair. So when they go to reload, they'll always use the bottom. Or when they go to fill these with ammo. Let's keep looking at this. Oh, shit. Come on, I know it's possible to turn it off. Oh my god, seriously? Man, when was the last time it saved? How do I fix that? Click in the play area to paint the burrow. We can't unfill. That pretty much destroyed my burrow. Alright, that's a little frustrating. Because I know the elves are coming this year. So how far back did we get? A ways. Did I get... Did I get these guys training? They're training. Let's try updating this. Now, you know what's probably going on here? Everybody's wearing mittens. Yeah. I wonder if I could forbid them. Or actually, maybe we could use DF hack to fix that. For some reason this guy dropped his sword. Oh, here it is. Detect conflicts, try to resolve. Well, okay, we'll see if hopefully that worked. Alright, let's look at this real quick. Do never use 3D fill, Jesus. Oh, maybe do it like this. Oh, okay. Alright, I didn't have to reload that, but we didn't lose too much time. That's a little wrong though. Pick up equipment. Looks like he dropped his mittens. And got some gauntlets. Okay. DFhack fixed it. There's a mod that'll fix that. I think it's called Shaped Mittens. I got a similar mod called Shaped Boots, but mittens aren't that common, so I don't really use the mod that often. Or I don't have the Shaped Mittens mod. I think it's Shaped Gloves. I don't know. There's a mod that'll fix it. Gym window. I think I went with fire opals. Someone left their shoes in the work area. You know what? I just remembered the squad. Well, you know what? 9's fine, I guess. Up. The last cavi board dropped dead. Performers fighting. Huh. That one made it awfully far. Oh. You know what'll help? Let's do this. Those guys can practice on the wildlife that comes in. I could actually probably send them up to the patrol route to get some experience on killing wildlife. But I'm not going to do that. I like the purple windows better. Alright, let's toss these ones. Oh wait, I don't think I need to cut those two. Alright, the last one. I can make it black. Nice. We'll probably furnish them later, but I could put a couple of beds in this one, I guess. The kids coming out to put the windows together. They're all playing in a pile again. Alright, so I guess I better prepare for some elves. I'm gonna try to do this again. Should have one there. Kids playing at the depot. Just maybe not a good place. It's fighting up from Forgotten Beasts killing a Reacher again. Got this tunnel. Alright, I think we're good. But we'll go back up. Here. I got a bunch more flocks on this level, so we can make steel for my melee militia if I really wanted to. I think that's about everything. Oh, amount of empty cages. Let's see. Can you eat a cave swallow? I thought I had some skilled trainers. I'm not sure. They must have died or something. We haven't had that many deaths. So I don't know why I don't have any anymore. I was thinking about where to build a minecart shotgun for evacuating my cages. But I don't really have any good options for that here. So like this floor is very shallow. And there's not enough levels between this floor and the next one to even make a minecart shotgun. Because you need about 6 levels of ramps. Well, maybe we could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This level's full of trees. So whoa. Anyways, let's see what level that's on. It's not mine. So another option I have, I guess, is to just, or something I've seen other players do, just put them all into one built cage. Could maybe do it over here. And we could also pit them, because you don't require a decent setup to mass pit, but on the other hand, it's more dangerous. Could do it here. Then again, here we do it like this. I think what I'll do is just make a spot here for guards and pit them. Beware its webs. That's on this level. Garbage dump. Alright, so we're like this. Let's look and see what we got here. Large rat. Alright, we can eat these. Train that one. So we got Gorlax, Mongoose Man, Gazelle Woman, it's not that far. Maybe I'll just put everything here. Animals. We'll take out large rats because we can eat those. Moles. Giant cave swallows. So we can eat all those. Gonna go butcher that one. Maybe the elves decide to come at a different time. Maybe they won't come. That'd actually be nice because I would like to further recover these moods. Cave crocodile. Let's maybe forbid that bolt for now. Got dog trained. Wait, did that crocodile die? No. It's gonna come back up. Now's it. Yep. Here. My new recruits can come fight a crocodile. Then we can unforbid these. There you go, guys. Migrants have arrived. I remember this place was dangerous, so these guys go up, and these guys go up, and hopefully my migrants survive on the way in. Oh look, we got a new cat. We don't really need it to explore anything. What's this? Why are you sending me very injured siege operators? I wonder if he was in my last fort. What's his mood? Melville? Will it show him? It's just all neutral. If we could get a cane or something. Can we actually treat him? No treatment scheduled. I suppose I could heal that guy. Alright, well, we're apparently going to just go all the way up to 150. Alright, well, that was quite a few. Definitely going to become a capital now, or metropolis it seems, for the time being. Alright, so go to creatures. You know, we don't need roosters. We don't need we got more pets that we don't need. Oh well, that's good enough. You guys can go back in. And we'll grab those up here. Oh, shoot. Those roosters are caged. Hold on, which means they're up here somewhere. Rooster? Cage? Yeah. Let's cancel that. I, as you can see, lost more wagon supplies since the last recording. Where's that? Oh yeah, see the right one. Alright, well hopefully they don't request any more guilds. They need to come in here and start taking siege operation classes so they become siege operators. And I suppose we'll also be making more bedrooms, but I'm not going to do that on this video. There's an unhappy child here, so he'll get one of these ones. As you can see, my cavern still leaks. We're not fixing that. So, anyways, I got my monarch rooms made. We probably won't get the monarch this year. So I'm going to end the video there because I don't really have much else to do. Unless I'm besides just watching them live for a while. Except for maybe if I am going to plan for the monarch, then I got some gem spires I could dig. We got one here. Suppose we could start up here or something. Well, that's the only visible one, I think. Unless the cat's found one. Well, I'll probably have to explore around the magma sea more. This is a 5x5 embark, so there's almost certainly more than one, but it's not my most... It's not really something I like doing in Dwarf Fortress. It's kind of like... Digging those is kind of like playing a 3D Minesweeper where your miners die when you lose. So anyways, this could be the final video for this series. I'm gonna try to record another large siege. So we'll upload one large siege sooner or later.